Dolores McCullum, distinguished guests, members of the dais, and this beautiful audience who is here in support of college scholarships for deserving students. Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Marna Hale, and I first met our speaker when we were freshmen at Spelman College. When we met, we had two main things in common. We were both from Ohio, and we both had sisters who were members of the senior class at Spelman. I was so moved when I attended Paula's beautiful inauguration ceremonies in Toledo and read about the problems and issues in the city of Toledo that confronted her when she became the mayor, that I chose to introduce her to you today in 3 ways. The first way is from the Holy Bible, from the book of Esther, chapter 4, verse 14, which says in part, "For if you remain silent at this time, relief and deliverance will arise for the Jews from another place, and you and your father's house will perish. And who knows whether you have not attained royalty for such a time as this."
Yes.
Those of you who are familiar with the story of Esther knows that she is an example of wisdom and great personal courage. She was a Jewish girl who became the queen of Persia and saved her people from death. In a similar fashion, our speaker is also an example of wisdom and personal courage. She was thrust into her position when the sitting mayor of Toledo died unexpectedly. Paula was serving as the president of city council and just happened to be the next in line of succession. At the beginning, Paula was appointed mayor of Toledo. Later, she was elected mayor by the citizens. I'm sure as she pondered her situation and suffered her own cognitive dissonance as to whether she wanted to accept the job, she wondered if she had come to the kingdom for such a time as this. And what time is this?
All right.
The second way I'm introducing Paula is through a photograph of Dr. King that was taken in the 1960s when he was arrested in Birmingham, Alabama, and the arresting officers handcuffed him and put him in the back of a squad car with a police dog. As a young child, I remember staring at that photograph, not understanding why anyone would be exposed to a dog like that without being able to defend himself. Andrew Young is on the outside of the car looking at Dr. King with great consternation and horror in his face. Dr. King just sat there, staring straight ahead. When Donald Trump was elected president of the United States, in the midst of all of the "Make America Great Again" rhetoric, without explaining when again was supposed to be, he never gave a month or a year that he's turning back the clock for this greatness. I thought to myself, we are all sitting in the back of the car again with the dog. That's what time it is. Our speaker's third introduction is associated with the legend of the monarch butterfly. A man was taking a walk when he noticed the cocoon of a monarch butterfly. from a milkweed plant. He stopped to observe this wonder of nature and became so fascinated by what was happening inside the chrysalis that he carefully studied its development every day. One day, a small opening appeared, and he noticed the butterfly was trying to push the small opening. He sat and watched for several hours while the butterfly struggled to force its body through the little hole to get free. Then it seemed to just stop pushing and just lay there as if it could go no further. Wanting to be helpful, the man carefully enlarged the opening. The butterfly came out easily. Now he waited for the butterfly to fly away. But he noticed his body was swollen and his wings were small and shriveled. It just crawled around, dragging its wings by its side. It was never able to fly. In his desire to be helpful, this man did not realize that the struggle required by the butterfly to push through that tiny opening was nature's way of forcing the fluids from its body into its wings, thus strengthening the wings to fly. Having been denied that process, the butterfly emerged weak and underdeveloped. It never learned to fly. It never reached its full potential. Sometimes struggles are exactly what we need in life. As we seek to reach our human potential, as we learn to fly, it is when we are pressed that we move forward. Our speaker this morning is stronger and wiser from her struggles in such a time as this. Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce to you the Honorable Paula Hicks-Hutchinson. How am I supposed to take I am truly honored and humbled to be here this morning. And I have to give my thanks to my college roommate, friend, sister, Dolores McCullum. I've known Dolores since I was the first day when we were on college campus. And I can't remember how many years ago that she invited me to the breakfast. And I was amazed by the fact that this community came together back then. And I'm even more amazed